Hi there. You guys find life to be hard? I find life to be hard. I don't know how easy of a time you guys are having. I find in general it's hard. A piece of advice I remember receiving as a boy, my grandfather, was that even when you're down, you don't worry. Life is like a roller coaster. You heard this? Life is like a roller coaster. Even when you're down, eventually you'll be up, which is good. Life is like a roller coaster, has its ups and downs, which I internalized, and I spread that lie to countless others. But here's the thing, is that roller coasters are fun the whole time. It's not what life is like. You never get off a roller coaster and you're like, that was fun. I didn't like that part on drop 3 where I wanted to hang myself because of loneliness and crippling debt. But other than that, I guess it was alright. That's not what you say. You're on a roller coaster, you say, wee! Yeah! Ah! Wah! That's what you say. That's not what you say during life. That's certainly not what life is like. Anyway, the point is, don't trust any fucker who tells you that life is like a roller coaster. I'll tell you something life is like. You ever heard of the gravitron? I don't know what they call it in your part of town, but to me it's the gravitron, the spinny thing. Anyway, life is like the gravitron. That's what people should say. Because you get on the gravitron, and you're excited at first. You don't know what it's going to be like. You have no idea. It's your first. How would you know? You were just brought into this world or gravitron. You have no idea what to expect. So it starts moving, and you're a little excited, and then finally gets going in earnest, and it sucks the whole time. It's awful. It's awful, right? Sounds like life. So you're on the fucking gravitron, and the weight of the world is on you. You can't move. You're just it's terrifying how long it. Anyway, you see there's this kid next to you, and his dad helps him. His dad pushes him up to the top, and you're like, oh look, that kid, he looks like he's having fun at the top. So you're like, maybe I'll climb to the top. So you think that you're gonna do it. You try to climb to the top, but no, you can't, because you're held down by the oppressive forces of your inadequacies and your thinning hairline, and the fact that all of the great things you've set out to do you failed at. Or maybe it's gravity. It's one of those things, but it holds you back against the wall and you can't climb. And you look at the fucking kid next to you and you're like, dang, I bet I could have climbed up if my dad was around. That kid's dad was around. That's not fair. Where's oh, he's gone. Shit. So you have a terrible time on the gravitron is what I'm saying. Anyway, and eventually it goes round and round, and you do the same thing and nothing ever changes, like life. But by the end of it, you're not even happy it's over. You're just exhausted, and you want to vomit, and you're sick. You're tired, and you're just sick, and you just want to get off. And your main thought when you exit the gravitron is, damn, if I had the option, I would choose to never have gotten on the gravitron to begin with. So, life is like the gravitron. Don't trust any fucker that says anything opposite. Life is like the gravitron. That's enough fucking jokes about rides, folks. I want to talk to you about a very dangerous fella I heard about. You guys might have heard about him. So, quick little backstory. My mom, great lady. My mom is a Buddhist, and like many American white lady Buddhists, she doesn't know a fucking thing about Buddhism. She'll say she's Buddhist. You ask her, you say, hey, name the 4 steps to nirvana, or the 7-fold path of smelling like teen spirit, or whatever. I don't know about Buddhism, is the point, but neither does she. Anyway, once in a while, she bounces back between Buddhism and being a Wiccan, whatever the fuck that is. Anyway, once in a while she'll say some shit like, oh, the Buddha says to question everything, right? Buddha says to question everything, which sounds like good, harmless advice. But the second you start fucking questioning the Holocaust, everyone they lose their minds, right? Which leads me to think, it's not me. I was just following the Buddha's advice. The Buddha is a dangerous anti-Semite. So if any of you know any Buddhists, I would look out for them, especially if you have Jewish blood freely flowing through your veins, as I do. I'm scared of you Buddhists or whatever, you know? Luckily, most of you guys you couldn't name 5 songs by the guy or whatever. But if you follow his teachings, inevitably, you're going to start questioning the official narrative of what happened on 9/11, and I find that to be dangerous. Eventually, if you keep following this Buddha guy, you know, again, Hitler, more or less, dangerous anti-Semite, virulent, I'd say. If I had to describe the Buddha with one word, it would be virulent anti-Semite. That's 3 words. Anyway, eventually you start to question everything. You're like, what maybe were dinosaurs fake too? You know? Or if they faked all the rest of this shit. Or they might have faked it. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, probably fucking dinosaurs aren't real, you know? You start questioning everything, and then you're like, wait a minute. How did a 800-pound fucking lizard bird with wings made of ball skin take flight? Because quick science is birds fly because they don't weigh much weight. There's so little weight, and the birds are so there's such little going on, you know? Like a eagle's like 40 pounds or something. So to get off the ground, they just got to flap their, fucking basically hollow bones, and they take flight, and it's majestic. How the fuck a lizard gonna do that? You know? A giant 600-pound lizard? The legs on that guy to take off and then to soar with, again, wings made of balls. I guess they added feathers, right? In the 90s. Probably because they knew the Buddha was going to start making people question whether or not pterodactyls even existed. Now, in all humility, in all honesty, folks, I do believe in the pterodactyl. My favorite fact about the pterodactyl, if I had to pick one, is probably my voraciousness in how much I believe it existed. That's probably my favorite thing about it, is just how much I believe that a 600-pound lizard with ball-skin wings could take flight through the air, in the same world that we live in. That makes sense, because there's there's probably books about it, almost definitely. There's a museum and shit. You guys, I don't know if you have enough money, but there's museums. So they must be real. Unless you listen to this dangerous anti-Semite, the Buddha. I do not have an ending yet. So there's that. Kind of rambly, but